It's a final flip through of the French Linen Botanical Journal. Hello and welcome to the treasured page. I'm Melanie and this is our quiet crafting space. So today, finally, after 44 videos, the journal is complete and everything that has happened with this journal has been put in a video. There's nothing here that you haven't seen, and this is the 45th video showing the final flip through. So we will then be saying goodbye to this one, or I won't. It's going to be mine. This is what I'm considering an heirloom journal. It's part of my journaling journey. It has within here ideas, inspiration and things that I will take forward to future journals. So it is a soft covered journal. It has lace embellishment and it is made with linen. There's two types of linen and it has been sewn onto it. There is a sturdy thickness to the cover. We've got the book plate there, and that was the date in which I started the project, so that was last year. The binding's hidden with the lace trim, and then over here, and then there's a little pocket here. This has actually been sewn and stuck to the cover when I was making it, so I'm going to put information in there for the future seekers and finders of this journal to be able to find all the videos and then understand the making and the stories which are hidden within. Okay, this is a 2 signature journal with a folio insert at the front, so it's almost like it's 3, but one of them is a folio. We'll have a look at that in a minute, and that is how the construction is. So it's got pockets at the back as well. It's nice and sturdy, but it's also movable. It's flexible and it's able to hug and wrap around the journal. So what we need probably is a closure, but some lace. I'm still in two minds as to whether I want to sew on a button and have a linking closure there. It would be just as well to bind it with a nice lace. On the front is a little pocket there as well. Mother of pearl button. Opening it out, we've got this writing board folio arrangement, and this has been made with a policy closure, some cotton cord in black, and I'm just opening it there. This is a mock leather made from tea bags and a paint effect. All of this making can be found in the playlist. You can also visit my coffee shop and have a look at the gallery pictures and then the links to each section in the journal. If you see something you like, have a look at the gallery on the coffee shop page. You'll be able to then find the video for it. So this was added after. This was added at a later date, and it has been made as one piece and then attached to the inside cover. We've got 2 booklets here, the first one being lined paper with vintage paper that would be able to have addresses, to-do lists, birthday dates, all the essentials for keeping up with correspondence from the family. So this journal is made with the intention of Harriet Bully, and this is her husband, a very famous Arthur Bully, very famous botanist, and this is their story. So it's a concept journal and an art piece. I've got some stamps in this pocket here, which is actually quite deep, so we could get quite a lot more, but I've just put that in there for decorative purposes. And then this bit flips down. And here we have the writing board space, so you can have a go at your correspondence, your letters. There's several styles of paper, which is all very nice vintage writing paper, all original. And a little doily there just to decorate. I've got this collector's specimen holder, which we made from tissue paper, and some very pretty handmade fibre paper there from Japan. And these are flowers that I've pressed from my garden, and they have lasted extremely well over the last few months, just being in this little pocket. The colours have been retained, and I created these using a microwavable flower press, which is called a micro fleur, and you can have a look at the video in the playlist for this and you'll be able to see the review of how that works and decide whether that's of any interest. But obviously there's lots of ways of pressing flowers. Squashing them in papers and under books over time is obviously going to be your cheapest option. But I did find the microwavable flower press was great. But I think that's only a purchase if you are planning on creating with pressed flowers quite regularly. Otherwise it's just another expense, isn't it? So just be careful. But yes, it worked extremely well. And that lives there in the little belly band tuck. And then the whole lot folds back up, folds in, and we can do that up. It's just a really nice... That was a really lovely weekend project, just to sit and make that folio and just plan out how I wanted the folds to be and what to have in there. And it was really great. I may put a little charm or something on the end there, but I don't think it's necessary. And then as an addition, which we all sort of thought was a little bit over the top, it is a space here for blotting paper. So that for the writing board, if you were an Edwardian lady, you would have a fountain pen. And if you've got a fountain pen, you could be making a mess with your draw ink. So you would need your blotting paper. So blotting paper is still available. You can still buy blotting paper. So that was not a vintage find. That was a considered purchase. Arthur Bully, Harriet Bully, welcoming us here with a fun collage on the first page. So I'm not going to tell you the story of Arthur Bully and Harriet. It's a wonderful one and it's been very immersive and I have enjoyed it so much. I'm just showing you this as the practical purposes of a wonderful journal, and whether you get a sense of botany coming off of the pages, that's entirely up to you as a viewer. So have a look and see what you think. Leave a comment below and you'll be able to glean ideas for your own projects going forward. So this was a really fun collage that I did here with lots of elements and having a look at the peonies, which are very special to me in my garden, and I wanted to bring that vibrancy right up front in the front of this journal to just carry on through. I wanted a sense that this was about gardening, about botany and the celebration of colour and flowers. So that's why we've got bulbs and plants there. We've got a nature stamp of a squirrel and little fun flip-ups, interactive pieces throughout the journal just to be of interest. And I have got sentiments put here. Memories are meant to be made, not forgotten. This is a freebie digital that you can download from the coffee shop. As we flip through, I'll point out where the freebies are. These are still available on the coffee shop page. The link will be below and you can download anything that you like for free. Everything here is run on the strength of kindness. There's very little that you have to pay for on my coffee shop. It's a creative gift from me to you, and any donations towards my work here is greatly appreciated but not expected. So this is another little kit that I put together with the blackberries and the booklet that you can make up. We had an idea to put recipes and things in there, which is of course lovely from anybody's garden to make jam, homemade preserves and things like that. So that was that little tag there with a washi tape sticker on the back. That was you using up vintage Ordnance Survey map. And this is a glassine bag. So the construction of this was to hinge everything in. So the pieces here have all been hinged in with embellished papers. There's a 4-part free tutorial on the construction of this journal in the playlist as well. So the link for all of that will be below. Glassine bag here, which is a pocket housing a vintage postcard of the original post office box, which was green, not red. And that was in 1863. And it was just one of these fun finds which fitted my storytelling at the time. So that's why that is there. Another little pocket here, maybe for the jam preserved tickets. And over we go. Little flip up for some stamps to be kept and some vintage writing paper with the cotton stamp on there. And then that was a digital image from Roxy Creations, and this one as well came from some of her digital kits available on her Etsy shop. And I've used a Tim Holtz stamp there, more writing vintage papers in the tuck pocket, which has been hinged on, a little bit of washi tape. This is washi tape decorating card, which allows for a slot system. And then this was another peony that I painted and added it to this, I think the substrate was some card from an old shirt packaging. Now a beautiful tag. This is some ironed sari silk as a top. And then over we go to a lovely writing space sheet there, and then more hidden writing space there. This can be manoeuvred around so that you can get to it and be able to write on that there. And then that all comes back, flips over, and we come back round again. This page is decorated with napkin. It is a dyed paper and it has got rice that's been sprinkled on the wet paper as it's dried. The rice has absorbed the ink or the stain, the botanical stain actually, and it has left an interesting patterning on the paper. And then that is some Japanese text with the wonderful orchid plant there, little bit of book page, just an interesting collage. It's a really nice effect and it works well with that worn, which has an interesting rippled texture to it. This was tracing paper glued on and part of it ripped away, and then some stamping up the side there. Over here we've got a flip out with some grey lace trim, and this was a little pocket which has been made by a snippet roll, and this was sent to me by my friend Shirley. And I'm opening this one here. This is washi tape onto an index card to create a nice writing space and interesting patterning which fits the theme of clocks and botanics, and the whole thing is really sweet. There's space for something else there as well. Another flip over and a belly band which has become a tuck so that it just allows for things to be slotted in. There's writing space, hidden writing space there and there, although that wouldn't be very hidden, you would see that. But the hidden writing space could be here, and then of course we've got the ability to put in more. So that is your hidden journaling. And then these little seed packets made with baking paper, and inside some fun finds of various embellishments to add to the journal, and some vintage stamps in that one. And I think this one's got some buttons, vintage button. So they were really fun to make. All available to have a look at the playlist and how I did that. This is an original. So this is an original piece of paper, very old, and I've stuck on a eucalyptus leaf, one that I collected on the Isle of Wight. So that's a bit of a rare find for me in the UK, as we don't have eucalyptus plants. But I just wanted to show what an original herbarium specimen would look like as best I can. And these were Tracy Fox labels, so that was really great because that fit the theme of botany. Coming over, lovely belly band with a snippet roll. The monochrome labels, but it just fit the Edwardian plant collector theme because there's a lady with a basket and she's got some little pansies or primulas in her basket. And of course, Edwardian ladies makes you think of Edith Holden, who was an illustrator at the time in Edwardian Britain, and she would have exhibited her artwork in a gallery in Birmingham. So the idea of plant observing, painting, sketching and documenting was of huge interest of that time. So that's why we've got this mock leather made out of tea bags, but has watercolour artist paper inside, sketchbook paper, for the idea of capturing some interesting sketches, artwork or notes. And that has been backed with some eco-dyed fabric that I have made. That comes and lives there with some butterfly images. Little pocket here made out of an old envelope, and then there are two pockets within here. That's the front and the back. That was just another envelope, so that could be some journaling space, all to be tucked in there. That's an image of the greenhouse at Kew Gardens with the wonderful water lilies, very famous, and herbarium specimen, writing space there as well. Just an original, just an image of what an original herbarium specimen would look like. Trim down the side, and then eco print pages with a flip out here, and this was an envelope with more writing space. This can all come round so it can be written on. Just a little embellishment piece there. This is a tuck, so stamps or what have you could be put under there. And that was that idea, so that comes back round. And a nice bee image using summer labels from Clee Black Creations. Hidden journaling space here, little fun area to put a date to remember, something that you don't want to forget, maybe a password, something hidden anyway. Something special can go there. Fabric embellishment, little writing places. Chinese beads to the centre of this first signature. It's been bound up with the 5-hole pamphlet stitch, and then I've brought the cord through so that I can embellish with the beads. And this is a pocket made out of napkin for a very simple tag with a stamp, rubber stamp, and that was on the back of some map. Little lace top, nice and flat. And again, this is another piece of old vintage map where I found an interesting image and then made a little pocket here for a postcard. So again, another space to write, and all backed with some map, which was helping to tell the story of the great plant hunters as they were finding various specimens around the world. And this is another little pocket here for tickets and stamps, labels, and more writing space to put more papers in. Same again here. This is a journaling card that orientates this way. I've ended up putting ink on it. I'm not sure I like that, but it was a shaker card. It's got some interesting botanical stickers inside. And then that is a postcard from Japan. This is one of the birds from my coffee shop, fussy cut birds, really, really pretty, and that one can be downloaded and used. And then this is a nice page layout where I've got some writing paper, but also plain paper, so you could write across if you wanted, or just stick to the lined area. A nice writing space and side tuck, place for a postcard or any ephemera that you would like to add to that style of page layout. And another similar thing here with a large pocket and loads of writing space to add your own pieces of paper. So this is the sort of thing, if you wanted to make a journal like this and you've included enough pockets in here, you can write and keep it in month by month, but then you could take the papers out and bind those in a different journal and still be able to use this journal going forward. So it is just a completely different way of thinking, where you're writing on your ephemera, your movable pieces, but you're still keeping the integrity of the journal. You don't actually have to write on it at all. There's enough spaces here to tuck things away that at the end of the year you could take it all out and bind those papers into something else and use the journal again. So this is a really interesting idea where we've got all these pockets and things. All of this is movable, so you would be left with that, and you can fill it again next year with other things that you make. So you don't have to keep making more journals, you just exchange the ephemera. So it's an interesting idea. So that's a card, and this is a flip up. And then more little journaling space, again more things to journal on in there, cards, tickets and keepsake pockets, and the same over here. So if you've gone anywhere and you've been given a business card, all of this could be kept. Tearaway note bits, or a place to collect receipts, and then another bit on the back for photographs. And just in the journal it seemed to be working very nicely to slot it in under the belly band. This has also got another card tucked in there, so that went in there like that. I loved making that. That was inspired by something I'd seen from Corey Denman. I really enjoyed that, so the making of that is on my playlist. You can have a look how I put that together with just one page folds. Really, really fun. Another glassine bag, pocket idea there, and embellished on the front. Gives a wonderful crinkle and texture to the journal, and again allows for more writing space to be hidden away. So we could take that out and go and bind that in somewhere else, and then put more in for another year. So there we go, that's that, front and back. This is from a kit here, these little embellishments, you'll see these, and they are all on the Ko-fi shop page, free to download. Okay, this is a nice landing page. I think this is really sweet, really vintage in its feel. Got a reminiscence of a Victorian botanical painting, which we've been so familiar with the Marion North Journal. If you haven't seen that, there's a playlist all about Marion North and how she would have framed her special botanical paintings. And over here, some interesting pocket slits to put cards in, and then I was given this, which was just lovely. This is a book page, primroses in there, lovely primroses there, and that just tucks up there. Another little hidden bit, and over here more journaling space with this lovely pocket, so nice to have some vintage ephemera going in there. Avocado dyed, which matches the pink surround background, vintage lace, and then this was a pocket that I made, and I've lined that with eco-dye fabric, and just some journaling cards there, tethered with a vintage paper fastener. That's again another one made from tea bags, and I've shown how I've made that in the playlist. Flip up, couple of pockets, more journaling space, more cards, areas to put things, tickets, and space to have secret things, and space to hide away till receipts and things that you might want to keep out of sight. I've added the goose there, I like that, I thought that was fun. Coming over, this is the end of that first signature, so those are the nice calming pages but still writing space. And then over here, more writing space with the belly band that was recently added, and then again another free page, totally able to just use that, go for it. I've got a little library clip here, houses this lovely 1920s beautiful painted bird. I think it's from China, either China or Japan, but writing space nevertheless, and absolutely treasured that, so I'm keeping that there because it fits so nicely. And these are my painted pages here with the pockets and journaling space, lots of vintage papers, journaling card there, could put a stamp on the back of that probably, and that was just telling the story of the plant hunters. And over we go for more journaling pockets, so nice journaling card there to play with, and this was an original vintage letter from 1926 about Miss Marjorie Cooper, who was seeking employment, and this was her letter of reference from the college where she had gained her exams in being a typist. And just this lovely idea here of the tracing paper pocket over the botanical page, and that idea I found from Roxy Creations. And then a flip out altered envelope with more vintage ephemera pieces in here. I think this is somebody's drawing of an ornate, organised garden layout, which was just something I found. I think that was really sweet. Somebody was trying to plan out a very special a very special ornamental garden with the box hedge arrangement. Just really, really nice. I thought that fitted the theme so well of the garden that we've got going on, the botanical garden that I was journaling about at the time, and all my stories. Piece of lace there, and hidden journaling space on this financial ledger style paper. And then a little explosion of ideas with the theme of Paris, journaling cards able to be extracted, and then more pocket space behind there for all sorts. You could really get in a really good couple of sheets of paper in there, all folded up and be secret. A little bit more harder to get to, so that could be quite fun. Journal cards here. Nice writing space there. And nice idea there of writing paper. So it's lovely to have these little flip up bits. You could put pictures and things of your family under there, but it still is hidden, so you still just get the beauty of the journal without having everything on show. There's plenty of places to store things, but still keep what could become a coffee table piece. There's a little ticket pocket there, and a really nice collage. Over we come, and a snippet roll pocket here. Little seed packet idea there from Rach and Bella Crafts, and an original vintage letter with the rusty pin mark. It says from 1928, it could be, or it says 1912 there. I love that, so that was just to be added in because it was from the era in which I was researching at the time when I was making this. This kit's available for free from the coffee shop, so you'll be able to make these little pockets, and then you can fill them with paper. Create this idea. The video's there as well, and the video link to how I made this is on the coffee shop as well, so if you find the digital kit you'll be able to find how I made those little envelope areas. And then these are my pressed flower slides, which have been made using the mock leather fabric and the eco dye papers. More little beads which link in with the colour of those wonderful daisies. Really special. So pleased that they haven't gone brown. I think that's really, really great. I think that's been nearly 6 months since I did that, and they are looking really superb. So I'm really pleased. Then this comes over. This is a fabric style snippet roll from my friend Shirley. Some vintage postcard depicting that beautiful heather on the moors. I thought the colours went so well. A little collage here, a little bead, sort of ticket, could be a tab on the page, writing space there. More writing space here, nothing much on this page, so just free for writing on, and a card from Japan. Postcard. Just like that idea. Another little idea of the writing there, tea stained paper. And oh, a little hidden hollyhock card there. And that is from my friend Wendy, who sent me that. So nice little fun find. And then over here, I haven't stuck this down. I haven't decided if I wanted it there or not really. But I think if I flip that over, I might prefer it hidden there, which then gives writing space here. So I think that's what I was planning, but it's just one little bit that I hadn't quite decided on, so I'll leave it there for now. And that was just a fun flip, which can be this way as well, and then written on washi tape journaling card. Have a wonderful day. It's nice little things, just nice to find little things that have got cheery messages on, I find. And this was all about daffodils, so that's another space to write on. And these are the paper clips with some vintage cotton. This was wallpaper, French wallpaper, and then just some vintage. It's just a nice little bit. And this was just a digital kit of some vintage wallpaper, French wallpaper actually, an old map, and just the bee, just another little space to write. Quite fun. That can come over the top actually. Let's do that. Let's put it over the top like that with a nice paper clip on top. And then those paper clips all sit up at the top. A lot of writing space towards the back. I think that's quite nice. And then this was a sample of cotton. I thought maybe a ruffle could happen, I'm not sure. So there's a few little things still to do if I wanted to still come and have a play, which I do. And then there's a little bit of Chinese writing script there, and raw silk with some distress stains, looks like a rust. That was sent to me, so I thought that was quite fun. And I thought I could clip on or pin on fabric samples onto that, so I may still do that. And then this was right at the back now. We've got a pocket here, writing cards, little secret bits there, lovely tape measure ribbon, and a eco print, a little bird, and that was just a little cluster embellishment up the top. And then a flip out here with some book plate images and writing space. Or to hide your writing if you're not happy. It's a nice way of doing things. You could just hide that all away. It's very flat. That's on very fine paper, so it's all hidden away. And then the final page with some bright red, just bringing out those little beads, embellishments that I've put on this pocket here. And that was a spare bit of wallpaper that I found, which was from France, so I just put that there. A little paper clip with a Chinese coin, and yeah, just some nice collage elements there to just sort of hammer home the fact that it was to do with a vintage era, with some dates of 1916, and really fun tactile piece there, urging us to explore, dream and discover. And I love it so much, so I'm closing up that. We've got a lovely Asian style lining fabric there, and then lots of pockets, because there's one there as well, and a bigger one behind, and a little ticket pocket here for labels and things. And then that is the end. Oh my goodness, we've done it. What a fabulous long-winded journal. I am so sorry I couldn't bring that to you any sooner. Sometimes these things just take a long time, don't they? Because you're collecting up the right things and getting the stories right. And actually we had Marianne North that came bursting into the craft room demanding that I made her journal. That's certainly how it felt anyway. And I ended up making another journal alongside this one. So they were connected, and are now completed both of those projects. So I just wanted to show you that flip through. Then we've got the Marianne North journal. We'll just do that one as well in the next video coming up. And then I will be clear for some new projects. So exciting times. So if you found anything in there that you thought was really good, or you'd like to know how I did it, then it is available on the playlist, and over on the coffee shop you'll be able to have a look at the gallery, choose the page that you liked the most, and you can see and follow along exactly how it was made and hear the stories surrounding it, and all the inspiration that brings these journals to life. Okay, so thank you so much for being with me and joining me on this epic long journey that has been the French Linen Botanical Journal. I wish you all the very best, and I will be seeing you soon in my next video. So thank you so much. Above everything else, guys, just slow down and make crafting time for you. Bye bye now.